Well, I've been doing this research on government programs for 48 years. And I feel I still have 10, 15 years left. And the biggest problem I see now is that, particularly now with Let's Go Help, because we are able to help people individually. And I see the problem that people are having with getting the grants that are really due to them. I mean, the government gives out an average of like $22,000 per family or $14,000 per adult every year, and people don't apply. And I think the main reasons for this, after selling millions and millions of books on the topic and whatever, and helping personally people now for the last couple of years, is that there's two big reasons. One is that they believe that someone could guarantee them a grant. We cannot, and I know this stuff probably better than anybody else, but the internet and Google particularly, you go there and people almost guarantee. And I could see you could read that into my marketing too. And there is no guarantee. The only one who could guarantee you a grant are the people giving out the money. Nobody like me or anybody else can guarantee you a grant because it's not their money. They're giving out their own money. That's why we give out our own money, but we can't guarantee you that way either. But every month we give out $75,000 just to members. That's what happens to our profit. We give like half the sales money that we get goes back to members as profit. And that's $75,000. And that's a nice thing to do. But bigger problem is that people have an idea what the government should be. In other words, they think, or a lot of people, when they're not getting grants, they think the government should be a certain way to give the grants out. Now, that would be nice, but that's not reality. And the government isn't set up like you want it to be. See, the government is set up from, 300 years or wherever the hell we've been around. And it just keeps laying bureaucracy on top of bureaucracy on top of bureaucracy or whatever. And they try to shoehorn in new things to old. I mean, it's a nightmare. So you don't look for what you think should be there. In other words, the only way to do that, and I think that this is what Trump was after, was blow up the whole thing and start all over. Then we could get it to work right. So he has a point there. But that ain't going to happen, or if it does happen, probably be more chaos. But anyway, so that's not going to happen. So what you have to do in using government, or really anything, in getting jobs or anything, or even having a relationship with somebody, you want them to be your way? That ain't going to happen. So the government's not going to change to be your way either. So how do you use what you have as reality and take advantage of that? Now, I used to frustrate myself for the last 40, 80, 50 years of trying to make government programs that I think is the best way to do it. And you can't. The government's going to change it every day anyway, and it's crazy. So what you have to do is get accustomed to the system. It's sort of like you first drove a car, right? Well, people shouldn't be this way and whatever. And we work out the rules and whatever for all of us to get along together on the roads. Or using a computer. Oh, the computer shouldn't be this way. It should be some other way. Maybe so, but too late. And you got to use the computer the way it is. And you have to understand a little bit better what it is to make it work for you. Because you're not going to make it, change it to have it your way. You have to understand its way and then use it to the best that you can. And that's what we do at Let's Go Help. I mean, you're not going to change it. And these programs come and go hourly. And there's so many problems now in our country and then the elected officials start new programs to solve problems for people, whether it's rent or businesses or whatever. And every city is different. Every county is different. Every state is different. So you have all that. So there's unless it's a huge program like Social Security, okay, one rule for everybody. But most of the programs aren't like that, And so you have to be flexible. And people get upset because it's too complicated. Yes, it is. The world is complicated. But it's manageable if you take your time. And that's why, to me, the best thing we do is only charge $20. I used to charge $2,000, $4,000, $5,000 to help rich people get this stuff, and they'd pay it. But I don't want to help that anymore. I want to help the average person. And for me to do it at $20, I can't spend $5 billion changing the government to make it, so most people will understand it. No, I got to use what's there, put it in a format as best I can, and in a language. See, listen to this, 80% of the free money that the government gives out is not even called grants. You hear that? So you're looking for a grant, and if you use the word grant, you miss 80% of the free money. So that's why it's learning and taking some time to learn this. And that's why, at Let's Go Help, we'll give you your money back if it's not for you. I mean, it's not for everybody, true. But you're not going to find it easier somewhere else. Go to Google, you'll see. You'll just be spending money and wasting time and getting nothing. Actually, and for us, what we also have is our own grants. We have 4 grants now we give out every month. One is $40,000 in $500 or $1,000. You could use any way you want. Okay. Then we have another $15,000 for car repairs. A lot of people are having problems with that. Then we give out 25 free laptop computers every month. Okay, and that's free. We just put your name in the hat, and we pick I don't know, it's 100 and some, and we send them free laptops. Okay, and then rent and mortgage grants, and that's $20,000 we give out every month. So we take the money we're making, after we pay our salaries, and we have a small company. We only have a handful of people running this whole thing. And we give the money back to you. And it's an application process, and we're small, and we screw up and things like that, and we're not big and have a big overhead, whatever. So there's a lot of us wearing many hats here. And to me, that makes it exciting, but it's human. And that's what we do more than it. And also the members that join are very human, and we help each other, and that's what it's all about, because they just applied for this grant, so they'll tell you about it. Hey, this is what I got, and this is how I did it, and things like that. So get out of your mind that how you think the government gives out money, how it should be done. Doesn't matter what you think. You have to go learn what's there and try to use it to fit yourself. Because listen, $22,000 every year is given out on average to the typical family. $22,000 every year, and that averages to an individual of like $14,000. So it's not going to come to you by itself. So you got to get out there, put some time in, and that's what we're there. You can ask us 100 questions a day. We give personal help to do this. We don't fly to your house, but just keep asking questions. We'll find the answer, get to the latest thing, and you go on your way. If we screw up, you ask again. That's what it is. We're all human, so let us help you learn how the government may not be human, but it's certainly not going to change. So, but it's easy to use. Look at all the fat cats that use the hell out of it. That's what bothers me. And we got to get the rest of the people to realize it's there for everybody.